Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 636 Club. Rise and shine. It is farming time here at Dulscone and across the UK, Ireland, and wherever else you are situated. If you are in our time zone, thank you for joining me. 4 minutes late, which isn't too bad. Sharon Hudson is first on Facebook. Good morning, Sharon. And first on YouTube is PM. It just says, followed by Christine, Lorna, Monica, and Bunny and the kids. Cara's there too. Who else is on Facebook? We've got Cindy. Good morning, Cindy, from a wet New South Wales in Australia. A wet New South Wales. Wow. I think you were waiting for rain, Cindy. Gloria's on there. Catherine Ainsworth. Catherine Edge. Mary Cummings. Good morning from California. Mary says. Julie Coocott. Morning, Julie. And Debs is joining us from Cincinnati, Ohio. On a, how would you describe this Maundy Thursday? Is it Maundy, as it's known in Holy Week? Maundy Thursday. Welcome to it. And if you have been enjoying the story of Easter, what happened in the events all those years ago, as we look at what happened on the way up to Good Friday and Easter Sunday, our devotions will reflect on that today, so stay tuned for that. Morning from a dry and sunny Donaghadee, says Ellen. Now what happens in Donaghadee doesn't stay in Donaghadee, all right? So if it's dry and sunny there, a few hours later, all the way over on the east coast of Northern Ireland, we usually receive that a few hours later. So thank you for the heads up. It's going to be dry and sunny today, and that very much reflects what the forecast is going to do. 89 over here is a bit concerned. There are babies in there hiding, and she's making an awful lot of noise. Let's go over and try and extract it. It's quite happy in there. It's getting a bit of peace. Right, come on, baby. We're going to have to kind of make you go through the birthing process again to come out of here. Come on. Why did you go in there? Come on. That's it. Out you come. Come on. Go and see Mum. Go and see Mum. Right, Mum? Look. Look. Is that what you're looking for? You naughty rascal. Why did you go in there? Look. Are you happy now? Are you going to stop making a whole lot of noise? Thank you. You're welcome. Here comes, that's not Marvel. All right. It's another grey-faced Dartmoor that should be in here. Not in here. She should be in with the pregnant ones. And she very much likes to squeeze out. And for quite a few days now, or maybe a past week, she squeezes out and just stays in the feed passage up and down here. When she sees you, not ya, next time she hops back in again. She can squeeze back in, out and in there. But now she's started to expand her boundaries a wee bit, and she's getting further afield. You see, she'll come round the corner in a wee second here. Where do you see, here she is. Where do you see these two? Who are you stomping your foot at? Look at the size of these monsters that are just fresh out of the pot this morning. Get your guesses in. I see Kyle's got the ropes tied on here and the lube in there. That might indicate it wasn't an easy birth. I could get to get that lube out of there actually. And unless one of you can reach down, I'm not going to reach that. Yeah, it's too high. I'll leave it in there. Decisions. I don't want to, I'll leave it in there. I don't want to disturb her. This is our lady here, bless her, that had remember the other day she had the triplets on her, she wasn't well. We gave her a cesarean to try and save the triplets, which we didn't, and two, to try and save her, because she was so incredibly ill. She's still with us. she's alert. She's drinking. I wouldn't say she's ate a lot, but for the meantime, she's still here, thankfully. Yes, how many did Kyle have last night? Now, it may look like a kind of overcast morning. Well, it is, and it's not particularly warm, but Kyle is spouting the t-shirt this morning. You feeling the temperature, Kyle? He's off. We've bye-bye to Kyle, everybody. Thank you. See you later. Yeah, how many did he have overnight? Will he keep up his record of sixes? You tell me. Get your guesses in. Lots of bye-byes to Kyle here. Who's yelling? Who's not happy? Or who stood on somebody? Yeah, Maundy Thursday, the Thursday before Good Friday. I'm just seeing who's making an awful lot of noise. Why is this a thing here? What has happened? That needs to come down here to close the gap. There we are. That's better. If you are coming out to see us today, that many of you did yesterday, thank you. It's so good to see so many people out on a kind of dreich day yesterday. But thankfully, I can report it's your Thursday morning weather update. It is going to be dry, and once we get to 11-ish, 11/12-ish, it's going to be sunny as well. It's not going to be overly warm today, a high, I think, of 12 degrees Celsius. But thankfully, the sun is going to come out. It's going to be dry. It's looking amazing. For tomorrow, again, dry morning. We're expecting a shower early afternoon. If you're coming out tomorrow, Good Friday. And I'll say it again. If you are coming to see us tomorrow or Saturday or Monday, remember we're closed on a Sunday. And you know what the great thing is? You know we close every Sunday, which we've always done, and we always will. In England, just over the Bordershire, just down the road actually, the whole of England, there is a law, which is a beautiful thing, that nobody, now correct me if I'm wrong, no retailers are allowed to open on Easter Sunday. Now, if some of the supermarkets may have an exemption, they're allowed to open till 12 o'clock on, did I say a Sunday? On Easter Sunday, I beg your pardon. Easter Sunday. Some of the supermarkets may be allowed to open to 12 noon, but correct me if I'm wrong again. And then everybody can enjoy Easter Sunday with their families and friends, which is a very beautiful thing. We don't need to be open 24/7, 365 days, do we? There is some time. There he's off. Away for a good night's or a good day's kip. And Barbara says it's F1 weekend. Yes, they're off to, is it Abu Dhabi this weekend? Now, we've been, oh no, we've lost connection on Facebook. Oh no. Facebook will, oh no. What's happening? We've lost the 4G signal. Facebook, what's happening? I'm blipping in and out. Tanya says, large retailers, Christmas Day and Easter Sunday, small stores can open. Thank you for the update on that. But anybody else, apparently, closes Easter Sunday, which is great. I mean, I'm saying, I'm not here to make the decisions. I'll rephrase that. Do we need to be open 7 days a week, 365 days a year? And apologies, I'll get off my soapbox. I would like to know what you would think, which would be great. Caroline Flack says, our supermarkets only close on Easter Friday here in Queensland. Wow. Well, at least it gives you one day, Caroline, to spend time together. But very interesting, thank you. My Facebook working fine, just fine, like YouTube has. Amy, thanks for letting us know. Morning, Farmer Pete from Adelaide, Australia. To all the best, have Easter. It gives you peaceful time. Thank you so much, Andrea. That's lovely to hear from you, and thank you for the lovely message. So, can't remember where I was or what I was talking about, but all these girls here have still to give birth, and hopefully today, tomorrow, that's what I was talking about, the weather. Saturday, dry, bright and sunny. Right, I see right across there. It's going to be, you can be able to see as far as you like. The sun will be splitting the trees. It's going to be warm. It's going to be beautiful for Easter Saturday. Easter Sunday's looking the same. So everybody that is off can enjoy some quality time outside in the garden or in the park, wherever you want to go. Easter Monday's not looking too bad as well, but we may have some light rain. There's your weather update. Let me know what it's like where you are and what it's going to be like, or what it's like today. Tara says, Crep Pete, only stores like Co-op and Spar stores. I've lost you, Tara. There we go. It went up too quickly. Stars open Easter Sunday in. Oh, that's in Wales. Thank you. That's in Wales. So England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales are all different. What's it like in my home country in Northern Ireland? And thanks for the update on Wales. Sheila says one of the villages near me still has early closing Wednesdays and Sundays off. It works well. Yes, remember the days it used to be half, shops used to shut half day on a Wednesday. Can't remember if it was Wednesday. And when we moved here from Ireland, way back in the day, you know you're getting old when you start talking about back in the day, but I'm sure it was a Thursday, it was half day in Dumfries. Now, I do know, I remember we used to close for lunch as well. I do know there is a little butcher shop who is not far from us. Well, in a village up yonder in Thornhill. And I was, and he's a friend of mine, Ian. I was coming through there one day. I was been away somewhere, coming back. And he won this Scotch World Pie Championship just a few years ago, like recently in the past 6 or 7 years. Small Scot pie that we call them here. It's pastry with mince in it. And Ian was the world's Scotch pie champion. I thought I'll stop in, get a couple of his world famous pies on the way home, and we'll have them for tea. We stopped in, and now it's in Thornhill. It's a very small village, very traditional. Stopped in. Ian, closed for lunch. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Now that's what you call a good lunch break. So they're still sticking with tradition. I can't knock it. I cannot knock it. And actually back in when we used to have the farm shop, and it was long before Trish's Toys and I were married. I was just still at home with mum and dad and sisters, etc. We had a wee spell for a while where we used to close for lunch because we could never get any peace over lunchtime, but it didn't last long because customers must come first. Anyway, I'm ranting. Kyle, last night on the, what date was it? What date is it? 16th? 17th. It says 17th up here. Your guesses before I go. Let me see. Any more guesses for Kyle last night? Sandra says half day in Bedworth has Wednesday. And 4 miles away in Nuneaton is half day Thursday. Is it still held? Do they still stick to that, Sandra? I mean, all stores never shut now. Julie says 5. Maria's going with a 6. And Marlon says it was a good rant. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm going to be in bother for ranting on. Sorry about that. And we're here to talk about animals, not shops opening and closing. Debbie's going with 6. The other Debbie's going with 3. And Jennifer's going for 4. I can exclusively reveal as we head to the whiteboard for this morning's Kyle update. Here we go. 17th. Check it out. Mule at 8 o'clock last night. Boat at 8 o'clock last night, which is tiny. She's had twins, but she's got dodgy back legs. Kyle doesn't think there doesn't seem to be much power in the back legs, and she's just lying with them out the back. Now, we didn't have an argument. He suggests they're not going to come right, but I think they might, because sometimes these goats can be born with very elasticated legs. We have had a mule at 1 o'clock this morning with twins, females. A Jacob with female twins at 4 o'clock. Oh, the females are starting to appear. A goat with triplets, 2 males and a female, and 6 o'clock this morning. And at the same time, another mule that we just seen when we came on this morning, also at 6 o'clock this morning, excuse me. He's back on the sixes again. I find this unbelievably hard to believe. Is that not the world's most beautiful lamb? Look, it's just like a tiny, teeny, weeny, mini marvel, isn't it? Another grey-faced Dartmoor. Another one given his hassle because doesn't want to sook. It's been tube fed. We have got a set of triplets. Oh, that's the triplets from yesterday that was marked with as a single. Remember that yesterday morning? These, I take it, are the triplets that were born over. Not the triplets. Get your words right, Pete. The Jacob that was born during the night. And they're in for a wee sook underneath. I'm very, very happy, pleased with them. She is. And if we go round here, somebody's been out making a mess. Who is it? Who is it? It looks like there's a small army that must get to a certain stage when Kyle goes down to make the bottles or something, and they all say, right, quick, charge, out, poop out here, and then come back in again. Because anytime I see there's never anybody here, man, that's maybe just my crazy imagination. This is the Texel that Farmer Ben lambed on, what day is this? This is Thursday. Tuesday afternoon. It was later on in the afternoon, and we took one of the triplets that we had. Not the triplets, we took one off a Texel that only had one side of her bag working, and that's the twin on. And so far, so good. Kyle's seen it sooking. All I ever see it doing is lying there sleeping. Julie says she misses Marvel. Now, Marvel misses you too. She's down there with her pals. Oh, I see. This is a constant occurrence down here. I'll look down. This girl over here keeps getting her head in the bar and proclaiming to be stuck. And I see her again this morning. So, yes, you. How many times have you took your head out of here? Let's flip you round. Now, this is not the easiest thing to do because it's come on then. I'm sure she can actually get her head out of here, but the more I push her back, the more she wants to push forward. You will go on. Go on. Get your eye. Come on. Go this way. Voila! We're out. I'm sure. Now, let me flip you down quickly because this is a beautiful thing. Don't go away, Marvel. Come here. Miss Miracle, Miss Scary Mary. Look, everybody's missing you. Now, it's not that we is, but we're just looking after the babies that are going on at the minute, and we love yous. And I hope you're enjoying. Yes, Scary. She says yes. I can't wait to see everybody because they give me cake, and everybody says I'm not scary. What have they been saying about you, Scary? Where's Squint Mouth? What have you done with your pal? What was that wee funny lip you had going on there? I have no cake. I did not bring any cake. Dennis says, can I get out? Now, if you're here in the afternoon, Ewan, when he gets a wee minute, he always comes up and gets Dennis out because Dennis and him are... That's not Dennis, that's Birdie. Sorry. Where is he? Where is he? He's here somewhere because he's not out. Dennis and him are the best of frenemies. Is that what you say? Is that what the cool kids say? Where are you, Dennis? Oh, you little rascal. Are you even in here? Where's he? Scary, where is he? Where's that bad Dennis went? And Squintmouth is... Where's she? Oh, she's over there. She's cuddled up. She says, it's much too early for me to get up. What is it, Annie? Eh? What is it? There you are, Scary. You said hello to everybody and all your adoptee parents as well. So they're down here at the bottom of the little ramp, adjacent to the animal shed, if you're coming and wonder where they are. Annie, where's Dennis went? What's he been up to? Here's Abby. How are you getting on, darling? You all right? Beautiful Abby. Remember she had the sweetheart? There you go. That lovely beard. We're in a search for Dennis. Doesn't look like he's in here. Which is... Where could he be? Where could he be? Because if... Maybe it's him that's been out making a mess and he hasn't decided to... Oh, wait. Is that him down behind... I think that's maybe him down behind Scary Mary, because... Not Scary, Squintmouth. And he's quite happy. Maybe Squintmouth and him are the besties now. And that's why Scary Mary's not just too overly pleased. But and here's Zarette. She lives in here with all the golden Guernseys. They're all more than happy. I know she's in with Kingpin, but that's not going to be a problem, is it? Because Kingpin's the problem. Right, here's Itchy Scratchy Bummy on the fencey here. That's the little one that was wandering about. Kyle's got all the bottle feds done. If you're here in the afternoon, I usually come up here between 2 and 3, depending on what's going on, and that's when they all get their bottle in the afternoon. Now we don't pass the bottles out, we're just feeding them off the rack, because it gets a little bit out of control sometimes when we start bottle feeding, and there's all restrictions and hygiene regulations to adhere to as well, so we're just feeding them off the rack if you're coming. But it's quite a bonny sight to come and see them all taking their bottle as well. So still lots of babies to come and give birth. Lots of babies expected. Here's the goat that had the triplets last night. She has got a multicoloured variation. Look at that. That's a very beautiful thing. Look. And Jamie and Lester are male goats. Have done an amazing job. Absolutely amazing job. With all the different colours that we were hoping for. Raisin and Reggie, well, they are now, do you know Raisin and Reggie are now on a bottle? Did I tell you this yesterday? Carol Laudermill, good morning. Good morning to you, Carol. Lovely to know you're on. Eva says that's Ghost. That may well be. Ghost is one of our white goats that Seaside can identify. I will not confirm if that's Ghost or not, but it very well may be with her triplets. Very lovely thing. It is Holy Week on the run up to Easter. It is Maundy Thursday, as we say, and yesterday our devotions and today were very much reflecting that. Now, if you don't know about the story of Easter and what happened in the events leading up to Good Friday and Easter Sunday, hopefully you've been enjoying them and learning some new things. If you do know them, let me refresh them. And our devotions this morning are very much, again, reflecting on that. And yesterday we left you from Matthew 26, where it said, after the Last Supper, when they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. And we continue from Matthew 26 at verse 36. And it's longer than usual, but please sit back, enjoy your coffee, and enjoy the story of what happened all those years ago in Gethsemane. When Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to them, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." Going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not my will, but as you will." Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. "Couldn't you men keep watch for me for 1 hour?" he asked Peter. "Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." He went away a second time and prayed, "My Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done." When he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. So he left them and went away once more and prayed the third time, saying the same thing. When he returned to the disciples, he said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour has come, and the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of the sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer." While he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived. With him was a large crowd armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests and the elders of the people. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. "The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him." Going at once to Jesus, Judas said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. Jesus replied, "Do what you came for, friend." Then the men stepped forward, seized Jesus, and arrested him. With that, one of Jesus' companions reached for his sword, drew it out, and struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear. "Put your sword back in its place," Jesus said, "for all who draw the sword will die by the sword. Do you think I cannot call on my Father, and he will at once put at my disposal more than 12 legions of angels? But how then would the scripture be fulfilled that say it must happen this way?" In that hour, Jesus said to the crowd, Am I leading a rebellion that you have come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I sat in the temple courts teaching, and you did not arrest me. But this has all taken place, that the writings of the prophets might be fulfilled. And then all the disciples deserted him and fled. Amen. And may the Lord bless the reading of his word this Maundy Thursday. And join us tomorrow for Good Friday. And we'll hear what events happened then. And the Lord will bless the reading to his word. Amen. These two little beauties here. Now, I'm quite happy to say that one is in for a sook. And I see its tail wagging. It has been reported that these two, she's no milk. But can you please confirm or deny that you can see a tail wagging there? Because I can, which is good, because they had a bottle yesterday. In fact, they have been getting a bottle. Now, her milk may have come on her, which is a good thing. And there was one of two of you up here who stayed on after we fed the babies their bottles yesterday, who may have said hello to one of these two. And one of them, there's a young lady up here, and she asked could she name one of them. And I said, of course you can. What's your suggestion? And she came out with a very beautiful suggestion for one of them. Now, they do look very alike. So we will need to identify which one's which. I think this one has got a more ginger stripe up its back. yeah, than this one. This one's a bit more blonde, of the strawberry variety, I would say, strawberry blonde. So let's go with the darker striped one up the back. And she says, can we call it Buttons? Buttons, you know, as in the pantomime or the sweetie Buttons. What cracking name. So we just need a name for this little girl here now to match Buttons. If you have any suggestions, please pop them in the comments. And Julie says, looks like Simon's baby was sucking. Let's keep Simon out of this and forget that he was involved. Right, let's just concentrate on the two beautiful. We don't want stupid Simon associated with these two little crackers. And she's a beautiful mum too, and she looks like she's taken to them. Our royal golden Guernsey goat, the only one we had pregnant with stupid Simon's babies. Can anybody believe it? All right, okay. So we need something that matches Buttons, and these two. Back in again, look. Now, the more that they try and feed off her, the more that will stimulate the milk to come, which is a good thing. We'll not stop giving their bot just to supplement them, but they may not need it going forward, which is good. So something to match Buttons, please. Buttons. If it sounds like I'm saying it right. Elisa says bows, Buttons and bow, spelled B-E-A-U. Who's making some terrible noise? What is wrong? What's wrong with you? Is there something terrible that's happened? Because I can't see any reason for you making that noise. Very distressing to me. Never mind everybody else. Oh no, not you again. Have you lost your baby again? It's one of these. Stop, please. We're ready. There's one behind you. And that's the other one there. All right? You. There, that's her. All right, it's all right. They're here. Don't panic. Before we go on our morning updates, those two that have just arrived are probably the two biggest lambs we've ever had. Well done, darling. Stop stamping your foot. It's all right. I'm not coming in there. All right? The tub of lube, the tube of lube can stay in there. All right? Where are yous? Reggie, Raisin. Oh, there they are. Oh, they're under the heat lamp. Of course they are. And quite comfortable as well. They've had their bottle. They are also on a bottle. All right, okay. We're starting to have a little bit of a theme here, and it was yesterday afternoon when we came up to feed the pets, the babies up here. That was the first day I actually thought, all right, milk machine's going to need to come out here shortly because we had to feed Buttons and come on. Give me it. Buttons and what? That matches. Keep the answers coming. Linda says Malteser. No, Linda. Thank you for a suggestion, but that's terrible. Buttons and Malteser. No. I need something that just flows like a knife through butter. You know, something that just matches Buttons. Come on, what is it? Buttons and Whisper. No, Amy. No. That's not where it's coming. It's like Buttons and Bow, but not Bow because we've got a bow. Or bird. Buttons and Bells or Cinders. Well, you know, Buttons is very much a pantomime name, isn't it? You know, there's always a Buttons in a pantomime. So Cinders and Buttons. No, the two girls, keep them coming. And Bow goes with Buttons, says Susan. Yeah, I know, but I don't think it's Bow. It doesn't look like it. No. Keep them coming. We could be here all day. I just need the light bulb to light up and say, yes, that's the one. Oh, I have got somebody waiting for me. Right, I will need to go. We have got a collection and I will need to go and sort it. Anyway, I've talked long enough. Thank you so much for joining me on Maundy Thursday. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll continue our devotions and focusing on the Easter story tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. That was your 636 Club. I'm Farmer Pete from Trish's Toys, my wonderful wife, all the team. God bless. Thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow. Ching ching. Ta-da.